Well, we are here at Sterilization Standards Week, and we're sitting down with Richard Schule, who is the co-chair of one of the AAMI sterilization working groups, and you're working with quality management systems for processing in healthcare. So, Richard, tell us a little bit about yourself.
First, thank you, Amanda, for the opportunity. Richard Schule. I'm currently Senior Director of Enterprise Reprocessing for the Cleveland Clinic, based out of Cleveland, Ohio. My responsibilities across the Cleveland Clinic organization is HLD and sterilization for all the Ohio market and Florida market facilities. And so we have a couple hundred caregivers that are responsible for cleaning, packaging, inspection, and sterilization.
Quite a few. So I'd imagine quality management is very important to what you do to help streamline processes and ensure that you're doing it right every time. And
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, I heard a lot about quality management for healthcare facilities and specifically sterile processing when I was at the HSPA conference earlier this year. It was interesting to hear that there's more conversation coming up about this particular topic, which is really exciting to hear. As you know, we have a standard that was published in 2017 and just reaffirmed last year. So do you have a sense of why it's suddenly catching on and really picking up speed?
I believe it's picking up speed because a lot of the healthcare facilities are getting more in tune with the quality tools, lean. You hear certain terms of SBAR and a number of tools that they're using to improve processes. And ST90 just naturally fits with that dialogue. And the SPD managers are beginning to understand quality systems a little bit more. But there's so much more that we need to help them with, and the interpretation of what ST90 does for sterile processing departments in the healthcare industry.
Right, so really demonstrating what kind of an impact it can have and then helping them to also understand how to implement it and how you actually apply it in your facility.
Absolutely. And this week we've come together to help with the understanding of how to implement. I believe the industry looks for a more prescriptive type instruction, and quality systems are not as prescriptive. They're meant to be flexible at a 50,000 foot level, and they allow the autonomy of the facility to dictate what their quality systems are about. And so I think we're going to do a much better job of helping our caregivers get there.
Okay, that makes sense. So figuring out how to weave the how-to into it while still maintaining a degree of flexibility.
Exactly. And I use the analogy of a lot of us like to cook, and we may have a cookbook on the shelf, and we pull it out and we begin to do a recipe. Well, sometimes we may not follow that recipe. We may do our own little version or add a little different
creative
seasoning.
Interpretation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's good. That meets quality systems is about understanding your customers' needs and meeting customer satisfaction. And so when we speak to customers or caregivers, that's your surgeons, your nurses, your point of use at the procedure table, and not all facilities are the same. And we need to allow that autonomy to build out their quality systems.
So going back to your analogy, figuring out what kind of seasoning is going to work best for which stakeholder. Well, that's great. Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing what comes out of the meetings this week, and it's been a pleasure talking with you, and hope to hear more about quality management systems for processing in the future.
Thank you for the opportunity, and we're looking forward to speaking more of it.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.